All right, man. There's rumors that the Detroit Pistons may not be done making moves. They could be working the trade market. I mean, one of the more popular names that seem to be not movable or immovable, whatever the proper term is Zach LaVine, and also another guy a couple guys that's been rumored to be on the move, Lloyd Marketing, and Brandon Ingram. So obviously, it could be other guys out there that could be on the move. Do the Pistons need to make a move? I mean, they need to do what they need to do to improve. All right, Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway, veterans, two good veteran guys. Both can shoot it. Utah guy might come back. Don't know his name, but he can shoot it. This is this thing that Cade don't have enough help. I continue to tell y'all, if you watch basketball, he made guys worse on that team under Monty Williams. And he doesn't make anybody better. You know, you look at Jason Kidd, you look at some of the rosters he had in New Jersey, you wouldn't say those were championship caliber teams. Jason Kidd made people better. You know, you got some people who can make their team better. You got some people who don't. You know, Kyrie's a great ball player, but as the, number one guy there, he don't make nobody better. Some guys, they just don't. And I'm not saying that's the case long term for Cade Cunningham, but just when I watch them, don't nobody I'm trying to tell y'all, it don't look good to me, bro. I ain't a plus minus guy in the deep analytics. I'm a go off the eye test. And he just ain't nobody cutting, don't nobody expect the ball. So veterans ain't gonna have that shit. You gonna have to move the basketball. And that's the number one thing that JB Bickerstaff gonna have to do, is implement an offense which it involves everybody. And in Cleveland, that's one of the few worries I got about JB Bickerstaff, because he couldn't get Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell to play together, but that's not his fault per se. It's just that the American basketball players today, one of the bigger issues that nobody talks about is their inability to play without the basketball. Move, cut, and that's because people ain't going to college no more. The inability to cut, move without the basketball, defend, just do the little things, backdoor cuts, rotate, all that type of stuff. They trashed. You know what? It's a different story for a different day, right? But yeah, if you can improve, you can improve. But in my humble opinion, the number one thing for them is to develop and find out what they have. So who good, who not good, and that's including Cade Cunningham. I know you handed him $226 million that he did not fucking deserve, but I feel that way about 90% of the league. They don't deserve the salaries that they're getting. Let's call it what it is. It's a bunch of guys that was getting max contracts that never was going to be an all-star, never will, never could, never should, and will never be an all-star getting that type of money. I'm not saying that's Cade Cunningham, but we know. But nonetheless, Zach LaVine, I mean, you can get him for pennies, but it's at that point, you got $24 million under the cap. He making 40, so that means Chicago's gonna have to take around $20 million in salary off Detroit. Excuse me. So they got to take $20 million in salary off Detroit. So they have 20 something, million. They have about 20 million. We have to give, and there might be an Isaiah Stewart contract and whoever else matches up. I don't really know the roster. It's not really in front of me. So it'll be Isaiah Stewart contract and probably another, $10 million contract, something like that. It's doable. I mean, that's what you want to do. I mean, but like I said before, I feel like the answer is on the squad between Ivy and Marcus Sasser playing with Cade Cunningham. For all you know, Cade can play the three. Sasser and Ivy might be your backcourt of the future. You don't know because you don't develop. And that's not a Monty thing. That's not a Jeff Bowers thing, a Van Gundy thing. That's not a Dwayne Casey thing. That's not a nobody. It's just, it's not a Mo Cheeks thing, or it's just been an issue throughout Detroit's basketball history ever since Jack McCloskey left. They've really failed to be able to implement a system in where you're developing players. So, but yeah, you still Larry Marketing, you still can find room for him. Tobias Harris gives you so many options out there, and where he can play the three and Marketing can play the four. I mean, in situations, Marketing can play the five. Tobias can pay the four. They was willing to pay Isaiah Hartenstein some money to come to Detroit. So obviously they're looking for a big fella. And for Lloyd Marketing, I wouldn't like that for him because I like him as a basketball player. I think he need to go somewhere where he can showcase his talent on a larger scale. But as far as fit for Detroit, it's perfect. It's perfect, you know. But with them already getting Tobias Harris, that's less likely. I mean, in the world, they could go Tobias, Marketing, Duran at the 5. In the world, they could do that. And, you know, Caden, whoever in the backcourt, that could be doable. In my humble opinion, I don't think they will do that. Once you got Tobias Harris, you locked into that situation. You got assets. You got assets to blow. So, but I think Brandon Ingram is the one that get interesting. The Pistons can make a very, very sweet deal for him. You got to pay him, but they can make a very sweet deal for him. I mean, they offer guys like Stewart, draft picks. Obviously, nobody wants to offer an unprotected pick next year. I mean, you protect that pick, top 5 protection, top 6 protection, and you can send that pick. You can send Stu, you can send Ivy. You can send a Short. You can send a. Hey, see who you gonna send. You know, because in reality, if you can keep Sasser and Ron Hollins, that's perfect. Because guess what? You dumping Ivy, guard. You dumping Isaiah Stewart, you know, whatever he low sodium Stu wished to be. A Short Thompson, another, you know, 3-4 type guy. So you dumping probably, let's say you throw 2 draft picks in there. Probably not even all that for Ingram because he on a 1-year deal. But if you competing with somebody, I think Detroit would have the best offer for him, and then it'll just be communicating with him. Okay, we willing to max you out. Let's go. So your players would be Cade, Ingram. And like I continue to say, this team is only going to go as far as Duran take them. You know, I'm going to continue to say that. It's only going to go as far as Duran, as well as Duran does. And how well, you know, the offense, you know, the identity, they can figure out an offense that works for them. And how well of identity and they defend. It's going to really work because of Duran. So if I make any type of deal, you know, any type of trade, it'll probably be for Ingram. Out of the guys I think that may be available, now there's some talk that, you know, Trae Young, they try to ship him over to Atlanta. At this point, I mean, unless you're willing to give up Cade, which you're not because you're about to pay him, Cade, Trae, Duran, Tobias, nah. I think Trae need to be in a situation where he on a pedestal where people can see how good he really is. But he needs to start committing to playing defense. But if I'm going all in, it's an Ingram trade. If they make a Zach LaVine trade, I understand, you know, you getting them for a bag of Fruit Loops or a bag of Fruity Pebbles or whatever for a box of cereal. So you ain't giving up nothing. Matter of fact, you just getting him for the cereal box top. Remember, we used to have a competition in school. We used to collect the cereal box tops, and you know, y'all win rewards. But hey, maybe I'm showing my age. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Find me Cash App $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me everywhere. Peace.